All right, welcome into another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mack here on 1010XL's podcast platform at 1010XL.com, on Facebook with 1010XL on their page, and streaming live on the relevant app as well. And Coach Coughlin calling me, and isn't that funny? Coach Coughlin trying to call me. Coach, I'm doing a podcast. I can't have you on at this time, but yeah, great to be here on all the platforms, and you catch it on demand on the website. I'm inside the 1010XL studios, fresh off the appearance with Jaguars today. Always a good time, always fun. I don't have the Jags winning. I don't know. I just don't believe in them. I don't believe in them. I don't understand how, I don't know, last week really befuddles me, and I know it happens. Teams get flat from time to time. They're not there from time to time. But, man, no halftime got it going, no, one of those speeches that we all just, love hearing, that turns it around. It was just very odd, And, again, it's too early one way or the other with this staff, and I'm not there. And look, everybody has a different philosophy on how to run a team, and it's fine. But your philosophy has to match your players. It has to. So if you're going to be all positive reinforcement, and that's what it is, because you keep hearing it, at least publicly, that's what you hear, well, then you got to have players that can handle that. That, they'll prepare on their own. They'll be ready on their own. They almost don't need the position coach. The young guys do, right? The veterans don't. You know what I mean? You got to have those kind of players that look, I don't have to yell at him to get him ticked off. He's already ticked off. I don't have to get after him because he already knows better and he's not going to do it again. I don't have to bench him because he doesn't do it over and over and over. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And I know with Devin Lloyd, they did sit him down. Even the way we heard the audio today, Mike Caldwell, the way he said, he's like, it was such the nicest way to demote somebody. I mean, the way he said it, you're like, okay, it's still a demotion. You told him make it. It's an opportunity for you to learn. You're still demoting me. You're taking me off the field. You're replacing me, what have you. He'll get a shot maybe once again this week. But, the coaches say the talent's here. They say it publicly. We've heard, hey, we're a pretty good team throughout the year. Again, I don't know. I mean, you're not, obviously. And I do think some of the talent is there. I don't know where it's gone. If you think about, watching the games, okay, and I watch most of them on TV, but whether you're at the stadium on a home game or not, or you're traveling, I know a lot of people are traveling to Tennessee, so safe travels up there. I know Bold City Brigade's going up there. You guys always represent, so have a great time and be, be safe out there. But, you think about, the players. You think about not hearing names. When's the last time you heard Foley's name, Fotosaki's name? How about Roy Robertson Harris? When's the last time you hear him make a big play? Or Josh Allen, or Trevon, or Smoot? Where's Smoot been? He was on fire earlier. Arden Key, you see him out there. But who's making plays? I know Aluakin's making plays. So is Muma. You got, where they make him is different. But I'll single out Aluakin. He's making plays. He's getting sacks. He's hitting at the line of scrimmage. He's doing some good things. You need more than that, obviously, but think about that. Who do you hear in that defensive front seven, where you're like, wow, I'm always hearing his name. Can't stop hearing his name. It's all I hear is that name. You don't have anybody. It's just, I don't know.
They all stink, man.
They better not all stink because they brought them in.
As of right now, they all stink until I'm proven otherwise. They all stink.
Well, then there's a big problem.
Oh, there's a giant problem defensively, I think.
Well,
I think
what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're not going to blow it up. Who are you getting rid of? You getting rid of all of them? You can't.
Yeah.
So then that comes down to talent. Is the talent here? Mike Caldwell says it's here. Do you believe the coach? Or is he just trying to be a positive? Look, they're not going to call people out in public, and I'm okay with that. I don't really care if you call them out in public. I think you got to call them out privately sometimes if they need it, but You don't have to do it publicly.
Do you believe that's happening?
No.
I don't either.
No, I think it's all positive stuff. Like, I don't get it. I
think how they are in front of the media.
I would almost feel like it's blowing smoke. Like, come on, let's get real. Let's get real. I don't want to hear, well, what's the one when you're getting your ass beat in the run game, you're getting pushed around. What do they say? And not just our staff. A lot of, our gap integrity was off. Like, no, you got your ass beat. They just blocked you out of your gap or away or moved you or whatever.
When you get blocked multiple yards off the ball, your gap integrity is not going to be great.
No, exactly. Exactly. And we've been up and down on that. I mean, you look at our stats. I mean, third down's terrible on defense. By the way, their third down's pretty darn good. They're at 30.44%. That's really good.
The Titans?
Yeah.
Their offense or their defense?
33 sacks as a defense.
Oh, their defense. Yeah. They're good defensively.
33 sacks as a defense. We have 19. They also have 56 tackles for loss. So they're getting in the backfield. They got some really good players. When you look at their I did some stat checking today, and like the individuals, the sack leaders, there's like 6 of them that have 3 or more. And then the highest is 7, then 6.5, then 5. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a defense. Like, we don't have that. Josh Allen's our number 1 at 3.
Oh,
that's awful. Like that, it's just
that's
awful.
Embarrassing.
It is very embarrassing. So, let's look at this Titans team real quick, if we shall. Fire their GM, John Robinson, supposedly a shock to everybody. Like, they're like, even people that are up there in the organization, Sean, or what's his name, Blaine Bishop was on primetime, I think, yesterday. We're shocked. We came right out of the clear blue sky. So, that's interesting, firing the GM midseason. Look, here come their wins. So 2 against the Colts, Texans, terrible. The Raiders, okay. Washington, they're okay. Dan Snyder's, they got that's. And the NFL, I mean, you guys all know each other. Like, I don't get that whole thing. We'll see how that plays out. The Browns and a Packers team that's not very good. I mean, look at their victories, and it's not like great victories, right? They lose to the Giants. The Bills smoked them big time in week 2.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, oh yeah. Stephon Diggs had like 3 touchdowns. I mean, they smoked them. And they're bad against the pass. They give up the most yards, I think, in a game, per game. 276 yards a game. Almost 77 yards a game in the passing attack. They held the Chiefs pretty tight, 20-17. Bengals by 4, and then killed by the Eagles. They let one slip away last week, says Doug Peterson, just like us.
I got to believe John Robinson getting fired has a lot to do with going up to Philly and the guy that you traded away absolutely cooked.
But it's got to be more than that. You don't just fire a dude for
sure.
That,
I think,
you know what I mean?
There's no way you fire someone just for that, but I got to believe that was like an icing on the cake, last straw type of thing.
So they're going to be physical. They're going to come after. They're going to try to see if you can withstand, the punch in the mouth. You haven't consistently at all. I said that since the Philly game, and I think that's a crack in the armor. Look, they're beat up on defense. They got a good defense, but they're beat up on defense. And, of course, last week they weren't very good. They got smoked. Can we stop Henry? And I'm telling you right now, it's just like last week with Goff. If you give Tannehill time, he's going to complete throws. I don't care who his wide receivers are. He's got a couple good tight ends. He's got guys that'll do, they're fine. They're nothing, incredible. But he'll make throws. Henry hasn't had a great year. It's been an okay year. For Derrick Henry, it's been an okay year. For the rest of the league, it's been a good year. But I think he's averaging 4.2 yards a carry. Collectively, they are. Tannehill, 8 yards per attempt, so he throws it down the field. And, no, he hasn't had a good year. I think they average less than 200 yards a game passing the ball. But that guy could take off and run, too. So continue to take advantage of that. Their offensive line is not very good. Taylor Lewan being out, I'm sure that hurt him. But 31 sacks they've given up. We've only given up 23, and lately it's been Like we gave up 4, I think, last week, so that jumped us from 19. I think it went 2 and then 4, or 4 and then 2, one of those. So, we got a chance in that regard. Can our defense, which hasn't all year, step up? I mean, I shouldn't say all year. The first Colts game, you stepped up. That was a great game. Chargers, you played really well. Where's that defense?
What happened to the turnovers, too?
No turnover.
Early in the year, it was
turnovers
galore. So even if you gave up some points, you felt okay about it because they would make up for it with an interception and a fumble or whatever. Now there's no turnovers at all.
Their run defense is pretty good. They give up 3.8 yards a carry. So that's another. Like, can we run the ball? Is Trevor's going to practice today? They say, I heard, right? You got probably already heard that.
That is correct.
Going to practice today. I expect him to play if he's practicing today. I'm okay with Beathard. I'm almost like, because Beathard would be, A, I think they'd throw the ball down the field more with him, but B, it'd be kind of like a surprise. Like he hasn't played in a long time. Maybe he provides a spark just because, we're not used to seeing him. We don't really have a lot of tape on him. We haven't really studied him. They're not studying Beathard. What do I call him? Beathard. Sorry. They're not studying him like, they're thinking Trevor's going to play. But, you see those times. Backup comes in and has success. Why? Because they haven't figured out how to figure him out yet. You know what I mean? Unless he's played a lot in the past, which Beathard hasn't. So
he'd be playing in his hometown.
Oh, is he from Tennessee?
He is. He's from Nashville.
Okay, good. Good for him. We want Trevor, of course. We want a full-strength Trevor. But I'm shocked it's just the toe. Like, seriously, it's just the toe? And I don't mean just, because a toe injury can be painful. Have you ever had turf toe? I asked this on Jaguars today. Nobody's had turf toe except me. You've never had turf toe. Turf toe is very painful. It's like if this were my big toe, it's in the joint. It feels like someone's taking a knife in there. It's just grinding away at it. You can't push off. You have to wear like a metal shank in your, I think they call it a metal shank. Like you slide it into your shoe.
Oh.
And it's just metal, so you don't, you can't really bend. So you keep that. I mean, it's very painful. So the toe can be very painful. It's on his plant leg, too. So, is he really going to step in? And that's just when you got a clean pocket. What about when he's got to take off and run and do this and do that? So we'll see what happens there. I'll tell you how we do beat him on offense, all right? I think ETN, you got to don't go up the middle. Get off that tackle. Get him out. I'm not talking sweep. Figure out how you can block him up, how you can double down on Simmons, and how to get up through that path right there, right off his ass, and see if he can get into the second level.
We got to get a seal here. And a seal here. And then we're going to run it.
It's true, right through there. Exactly. Let's go. I think you could use the pass to set up the run this week, and I would try that. Let's work on some routes that gets Kirk open, rub routes, different things like that. Give him a chance in the middle of the field. And I'll tell you another guy. Look, Zay Jones, you're up and down. You've had a good year. Last week was terrible. But, hey, Trev and Press, if he's not feeling it, he's just not catching it, well, let's turn our attention to other targets. And I'm telling you, Marvin Jones Jr. is a clutch receiver. You want someone to catch the ball, throw it to him. And if you're not getting any rhythm with the other guys, try to get him involved. And I'm sorry, if you keep dropping balls, sit him down. Bring in Tim Jones. I don't care.
Jamal Agnew.
Bring in Agnew, right. But you got to do something because the drops they're just unacceptable. I mean, they are. I mean, it's happened all year. Wasn't an anomaly or whatever, anomaly. It wasn't. Did I say that right? I was screwing that damn thing up.
For the last 2 seasons, anytime any receiver goes down, Agnew always steps up. Well, he's always good.
And you need to continue to get creative with Agnew. Like they've done some good stuff with Agnew this year. Let's do more of it because he's a difference maker.
I don't get why guys got to be hurt for him to get a lot of touches.
No.
That's been frustrating. It's like unless Zay or someone else doesn't play, he doesn't see the field a lot. And I don't understand that.
No, I don't either. I don't understand a lot of things, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, the Jags are 4-8. They need a victory. mathematically they're not out of it. They're not. If you sweep the Titans, like if you win the rest of your games, let's just, it's almost Christmas time. Let's pretend, shall we? It'll be like that commercial, the kid with the metaverse. He thinks he's going to lead the Cowboys to the Super Bowl in front of 80,000 people.
They show a Jaguar fan.
So stupid.
I think we're going to win out.
Yeah. Right. It's just like that. It's the same thing. Look at me. I'm a star quarterback. No, you're not. You're playing a video game. But that's cool. Whatever gets you through. It'll be like that. Go into the metaverse.
Look at us. We beat the Titans.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You're just in virtual reality.
No, the metaverse. 3D metaverse, baby. Let's go. So sit back, have a drink, and be like, we're going to the playoffs. We're winning 5 in a row. Watch it. You're going to sweep the Titans. And then you wake up and, it's New Year's Eve. But do they have a chance? They always have a chance. It can't be just, what I want to see, Graham? You know what the answer is. Can we please? I've said it since Philly. They got hit in the mouth up in Philly, and they didn't respond. And I said that a long time ago. You remember. Everyone's talking about the fumbles in the rain and how tough it was. I'm talking about them getting punched in the mouth and them not punching back, not responding, not counterpunching. Every team, for the most part, has tried that will on them at certain points in the game, and it's worked. Can we please? You know what Tennessee's going to do? What do you think Vrabel's telling his team? Hey, man, we're going to line up. We're going to knock them in the mouth. We don't think they can keep up with that. So let's get real physical this week and show them that's what you're going to face, offensive line and defensive line. Can we respond? It's okay to get punched in the mouth as long as you punch back, right? Get knocked down. You got to punch back. You got to counter.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Everyone gets knocked down, but you got to knock back. Someone pushes you, you jack them harder. Somebody touches your face, you smack them once. They don't touch my face. You got to counterpunch, man. No different than in football. And I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm surprised. Now, our O-line, I think our O-line's been pretty physical, so I'm not going to give them too much grief. But our defensive line, I know what I'm doing. Now, you got Henry, so it makes it easier. But I'll tell you this. I'm telling you right now. You're going to be surprised when Tannehill picks us apart a little bit. Tannehill will have his best day on Sunday if we don't get him pressure. He will. If we don't pressure him, if we don't hit him constantly or consistently, he's gonna pick us apart just like everybody else does. You didn't think Goff. Oh, Goff's terrible. Really? Goff scorched you. Scorched. I mean, he had one of his best days of the year. 340 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 2 touchdowns. Guy was on fire. Why? Because we didn't hit him. You didn't hit him. Did you see Carr's interception in the end zone last night?
Yes.
You see the replay?
Yes.
See why that happened?
Pressure.
Right as he was releasing, dink, gets hit. What does that do to the ball? Ooh, flitter, right into the hands of the other guy. If he was able to step into that throw, who knows? Maybe he makes a throw for a score. But he doesn't because he gets hit. That's a pressure for the record. You want to define pressure? That particular play is a pressure and why pressures matter. Anything other than that, like say he completes the pass or it doesn't affect his throw or whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. It has no meaning. It's like a tree falling in the forest. Nobody hears it. Well, except the deer and the antelope and all those damn animals. But nonetheless, all right. I don't have them win. They're going to lose 23-13, in my opinion. My stats say different, but, I tried that last week, and we know how that ended up, 40-14. You know what?
I think they're losing 30-14, and one of those touchdowns.
I think it's going to be that big.
And I think one of those touchdowns is garbage time. I've lost faith.
You think it's an – well – I tell you what, if you let Derek run for 200, you're going to lose big, and you've done that before.
What makes you believe they won't though? Like that's the problem. It's like I have so little faith
points.
In
they
this
only
defense.
averaged 18. The Titans. I'm giving them 5 more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like they're a barn burner of an offense,
I'm real down on our Jags right now.
I tell you what's going to happen. They're going to throw it to the tight end, and we're going to lose on those. They're going to pound it with Henry. And if we don't hit him early, forget it.
I believe they have former Jaguar Jeff Swaim.
They do. Yeah. They have another guy that's really good.
I guess that'll be...
I can't pronounce his name, but really,
Jeff Swaim's a former Jaguar, so we're going to keep the trend of former Jaguars cooking us.
Having great days.
It was Josh Oliver 2 weeks ago. Last week it was Chark. And now Jeff Swaim's going to have a legacy.
You know, it's amazing because we didn't need Chark, right? We didn't need him.
Right,
what do we
exactly.
Need him for?
Exactly.
He just scorches for 20 yards a catch. Unbelievable. All right, well, listen, I hope they win, of course, but I'm with Graham. I don't have much faith in them anymore, and I don't know. I don't know. I just the messaging bothers me. I got to admit, it bothers me. But whatever, they got to do what they got to do, and hopefully they come away with it. Hey, when you win, you can say what you want. When you lose, then you start questioning things. It's just kind of natural. All right, have a great weekend. All right, I got a big weekend ahead, man. Big weekend. Got a really cool Christmas party tonight with a lot of close friends. Got a wedding tomorrow with a lot of close friends to the Alley family. Looking forward to that down in St. Aug. And then Sunday's game day, baby. And I'm going to be on my couch. And I'm just going to be resting. Hopefully they have enough excitement going on that I don't take a nap during the game. But go Jags, man. LFG. It's time to rock and roll up there in Nashville and out-hit them. Can we do that? Can we out-hit the opponent? That would be a great thing. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mac on 1010XL's podcast platform. See you next time. Peace.